So Kilkenny get a massive win here at Nolan Park, 227 to 23 points against Wexford, 118 for TJ Reid in an excellent performance, including 1-3 from play. Of course, not to be outdone, Billy Ryan, who started in place of Martin Keown, he scored 1-4 and was absolutely brilliant before being withdrawn during the second half. Alan Murphy scored 3 picture-perfect points in the first half, all from the sideline, narrow angles, just like a beautiful golf swing, knocking the ball over the bar time after time. It wasn't all perfect for Kilkenny. Certainly they dominated the first half, but the reason it may not be perfect is because you're wondering what sort of Wexford did we see today. There certainly feels like there was an element of shadow boxing from Davy Fitzgerald, perhaps even just the effects of the delay due to COVID and how much training they were allowed to do in the last week or so. That may have taken some toll in the Wexford camp. Certainly they tried out a few players, and it was very notable that towards the end of the game an awful lot of the more experienced players, the leaders of the team, were out on the field as they began to pare back what had been a very, very big margin at one point, up to 14 points. Conor MacDonald came on, he got himself a point. Also coming on with Sean Murphy, Kevin Foley came on as sweeper, and that had a massive impact on how they played and how secure they looked in the backline, because in the first half that full backline of Shane Reck, Liam Ryan and Joe O'Connor, they were under massive pressure, and it wasn't necessarily all down to them, because the quality of ball going in from Kilkenny, who were able to completely run the model county ragged out the field, the quality of ball in meant that just that full backline had very little chance. TJ Reid, he was fouled several times by Liam Ryan, who was lucky to get away in the first half. There was possibly a sin bin pull down, but just a free was given at the edge of the D instead. James Bergen, he turned his man a couple of times. Didn't quite happen for him when he had the ball in his hand and he was taken off. And obviously Alan Murphy, as I mentioned already, he got some great scores. Richie Reid did well out of midfield, set up a number of scores, and generally there was no real scoring threat inside from Wexford, in the sense of did they have any goal opportunities. They certainly did not, and never really looked like it. At times, in fact, their wing backs and their defenders were looking up the field for options to see who they could pass the ball to, and there was nobody up there. So you just wonder, was this very much shadow boxing from Wexford, or if it's a case that, is this a symptom of their form? I mean, they were behind well against Clare, but managed to turn it around when Liam Corrie was sent off for the banner. So, it's tough to know where Wexford are at and if they can turn this around. Maybe if they start with a fully strength team the next day, we'll get a bit more of an indication. So that's it from Nolan Park here. Kilkenny on top, 227 to 23 points, and they've kind of laid down a bit of a marker heading into the season. They're certainly on the have far more winnable games in their group compared with 1A, and this will be a game that they were certainly targeting, that they'd really know where they're at after this performance. But then again, was there a bit of shadow boxing from Wexford? But either way, a big win for Kilkenny.